So I'm here with Anthony Grice, the CEO of Clark Rubber. Welcome, mate. How are you enjoying the conference?
So far, so good.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about Clark Rubber and what you guys are up to at the moment.
Oh, look, it's all happening at Clark Rubber Jets. We've really been focused on the renewal of our brand over the last couple of years and growth. So, you know, we've just made a major announcement. We're entering into a new fourth pillar category. So everyone knows Clark Rubber's famous for pool foam and rubber.
Yep.
Been trading for 75 years. So it's pool foam, rubber and commercial cleaning. Right, so
It doesn't roll off the tongue as quickly.
It doesn't roll off the tongue, and I'm still working through what the update to the mission statement and vision looks like. But look, the reason we've decided to go down that path is we see a lot of similarities to the pool sector in Australia. The pool sector is made up of a lot of independent businesses, maybe generational businesses spread across Australia, that have then been sort of merged into some of the big national retailers like Clark Rubber, Poolworks and Swim Mart. So we see very strong similarities to commercial cleaning. And when I say commercial cleaning, that's supplies, right? So that's not, you know, not sort of going into Jim's territory, but that's actually servicing all of those independent cleaners that need a destination to get all of their chemicals, all of their cleaning equipment, etc. You know, there's some really good state-based operators, but no really, you know, well-entrenched national retailers. So that's an exciting part for us. Plus, we're growing, right? We're adding new stores. You know, we work closely with the guys at Geotech to really understand our network growth. You know, in 25, even, you know, in a challenging market, I think for most retailers, we'll open in the 25 financial year another 6 stores. So continue to grow, and we get more out of the boxes. It's just that simple sort of, if you like, formula.
Mate, Clark Rubber, it would be one of the oldest brands in Australia, wouldn't it?
It is, yeah, 78 years in
well, there wouldn't be too many that are older than that.
Yeah, look, it's
franchise
reincarnated in terms of the offering has evolved. And I think for any retail business, you've got to evolve your offer if you want to stay relevant, and that's changed over the years. It's a very different business today than what it was, you know, 76 years ago, but it is an iconic heritage brand.
Yeah.
So John and I spent a bit of time with the new owners of the brand, and they're terrible blokes, so I don't know how you put up with them every day. So how's it been, you know, being a CEO in an organisation and having new owners come into the organisation? You had to put them in their box early on?
Oh, look, I didn't really need to put them in their box because, you know, the fact that I'm still there is, I think, testament to how well the three of us work together. But look, they bought the business off the back of, you know, sort of the vision that I shared with them, and that coupled with their own ideas has sort of formulated a really dynamic and vibrant working relationship and environment, right?
Yep.
An environment where we're able to just move forward and, as we say, get shit done, right?
Yep.
And so, you know, it's a great relationship, it's a great environment, and the proof's in the pudding in what we're able to achieve. And Graham, who is our executive chairman, is dying at home right now with COVID. So,
is he?
You know, he's off the air. He's a bit quiet at the moment.
He'd be complaining a lot. What was on the hat that's in his office? Is it Get Shit Done?
Yeah, GSD.
We were in the office a couple of weeks ago.
There's another one there that says NMFA.
Yeah. Now, what was that one again?
I don't know if I can say it on the podcast.
Yeah, you can say anything you want, mate.
No more fucking around.
Yeah. See, I like
So
that.
when Graham and I were in the States, we went to Lids, you know, the store Lids. It's one of my favourite stores. And we actually had those hats made for the senior leadership team, and we brought it back and we handed them all out. They're like, great, this is it. What is this? And like Graham was like, you know what that means? And they're like, I know, what does it mean? No more fucking around, guys. Come on, you've got to get your act together.
And I think your passion for the hats is like me, because we're a little bit challenged with
love a good hat.
and we get a bit burnt on top. So, you know, we need the hats out there. What about other challenges besides skin cancer on the top of your head? But what other challenges you're seeing in the market at the moment?
Oh, look, I think that there's, you know, absolute instability in the market. I mean, you just got to look at the retail results that come out, whether that be through MasterCard or the ARA or, you know, the magnitude of different resources or sources that we've got to get data from. And, you know, you look at segments like furnishings, you look at segments like hardware, electronics, you know, and then you look at some of the ASX listed companies. You know, Super Retail Group announced their results last week, and you could see it in some of their retail operations around instability in sales. So that, I think, also coupled with shortage of labour. I think for us, you know, whilst we've seen trade remain really buoyant, you know, I'm not popping champagne corks, but certainly we're holding our own. And our brand is somewhat resilient because it's needs-based. You know, we're
Yep.
servicing pools, and a lot of Australians through COVID got pools put in, so they need that pool to be maintained and serviced, right? But we've got some softness in sales in certain areas. It's predominantly the bedding category, and that's sort of what we're seeing more widespread in the industry from other pure play bedding retailers. But our biggest challenge always continues to be on getting people right. So whether that be, you know, technicians to operate our pool vans, or whether that be, you know, getting a hold of franchisees. And, you know, we've come off the back of really low unemployment in Australia, and that's starting to change.
Yep.
So I think that will mean really positive things for the franchise sector that traditionally has sort of really started to sort of grow in an environment where, you know, people are maybe losing their jobs and looking at what the next stage in life looks like around career and maybe owning their own business.
Yeah. So, is it noticeable the changes in retail sales state by state? Do you notice? Because we're getting a lot of feedback and hearing, like Victoria is tough, really, really tough. Are you seeing that as well, or is it across the country?
Look, not for us. You know, we, you know, I'll look at a part of our business, and I was sharing this update with somebody this morning over breakfast. Coming into the Christmas season last year, so the summer that's just gone, I looked at a part of our business that I would deem quite discretionary, and that is portable pools, pool toys, pool accessories. So that's that fashion element, and we really pulled back significantly our investment.
Bloody interim CEO's trying to interrupt. Stop being so into him. Go away.
We're recording at the moment, Tanya. But you can come and sit down if you like.
We got a flasher.
Come on in, Tanya.
Just because you're the CEO of the FCA.
She's gone power mad.
What I was saying is, you know, part of our business that I felt would be quite discretionary, you know, lower consumer confidence, and we were really, we really pulled back in the buy for the season. We had a record season, right? And it was purely driven through weather. So Victoria, as we know, has had a horrible summer season, and so our performance has been affected. But back to, you know, John, your question, I'm not in my business seeing that it's any particular state that's a problem, but I do know in conversations with other retail CEOs that there's certainly some states like New South Wales and Victoria, probably where mortgages are, you know, a little higher in terms of that value to other states, that they're starting to sort of really toughen up.
Feel the pinch.
Yep.
And you mentioned that you're over in the US, so one of the other things, we've had a couple of overseas visitors on the podcast while we're here, and global trends. What sort of, are there things that you picked up when you're over there that you sort of wanted to bring into the market, or things that they're doing well in the US that you're not doing here?
Yeah, look, a couple of things that we saw in the US market. I think that the stores that we visited, particularly pool shops, really dialed up the theatre, and that's something that I think is missing in our segment in the Australian retail space. So there's an opportunity there, an opportunity to embrace technology more than what we'd had traditionally. I think also the opportunity to diversify, but you know, the US market is a unique market, particularly in some of the areas we play, because you've got such a dominant player like Amazon, right? And I think for us, whilst, you know, we're looking at the US market, there's also learnings over what may come in the Australian marketplace as we see a pure play online retailer like that continue to grow.
Is there anyone like Clark Rubber in the States, like bricks and mortar?
Yeah, well, not like Clark Rubber that has those three eclectic categories under one roof, but they're specialists, right? So whether it be, you know, your Home Depots and Lowe's that are playing in some of our area, or a retailer like Leslie's, who are the biggest, you know, destination retail pool and spa shop in the North American market. So there definitely are some really good operators, but there's also some really good regionally based operators. You know, there's a pool and spa business out of Pittsburgh called Valley Pool and Spa, you know, and that was one of the retailers, Graham and I, in the depths of winter in North America. It was snowing, you know, snow this deep, went and visited a pool and spa shop. And we almost needed to have snow chains on the car to get there. So the irony, right? But what we took away from that business is just some of the real innovative ways they're connecting with their consumers in that market.
Or selling ice skating boots would be very good in
right.
that sort of market as well. Freezes over.
That's right.
Get the toboggan out. That's good.
Well, thank you for spending a bit of time. Thanks a lot.
Okay,
See you, mate.
thanks, guys.
Chat. Cheers.